Hello everyone. In the previous session, we have seen the construction and operation of JFET. We have seen both N channel and P channel JFET. In today's session, we will look at the characteristics and some of the parameters of a JFET. So, what do you mean by characteristics? When we say characteristics, we are actually referring to how the currents behave with respect to change in the voltage. That is, we are going to plot a graph of voltage versus current. When we mean characteristics, there are actually two types of characteristics. One is the drain characteristics and the other one is transfer characteristics. So this drain characteristic and transfer characteristic, it is, we are going to see for both N channel as well as P channel JFET. So what does this drain characteristic mean? The drain characteristic means the way in which the drain current ID behaves with respect to the changes in the drain to source voltage VDS. Okay, so what we will be doing is we will keep the VGS is the gate to source voltage constant, and we will vary VDS and note down the values, corresponding values of ID for different values of VDS, and we will plot a graph of VDS, that is drain to source voltage, versus the drain current ID, okay, for a constant value of VGS. Then we will change the value of VGS, keep it constant, then vary VDS and note down the values of ID and plot the graph. Okay, so that way the plot of VDS versus ID for constant values of VGS is called drain characteristic. The other characteristic is the transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristic is the plot of VGS versus ID for constant values of VDS. Here VDS is kept constant, that is drain to source voltage is kept constant. Then the gate source voltage is varied and the corresponding drain current is tabulated, and a plot or a graph of VGS versus ID is plotted for the constant values of VDS. That characteristic is called transfer characteristic. Okay, so we will be seeing both of these things, that is drain characteristics and transfer characteristics. First we will see the drain characteristic. In drain characteristic, as we have said, we will be keeping VGS as constant. VGS stands for the gate source voltage as constant. Then vary VDS and note down the values of ID and plot the graph of VDS versus ID. Okay, so we will be keeping VGS as constant in the sense, in this particular circuit, VGS is constant and that VGS is 0 volts. Suppose you give 0 volts at gate. At the gate, if you are giving 0 volts, that means you are connecting this to the ground. Okay, so all this, it is connected to a common ground. You can draw a horizontal line here and connect to a common ground also. So this voltage is 0. If gate is connected to 0 and you are providing some drain voltage, because of which there is a drain to source voltage VDS. We are varying this VDS, that means we are slowly increasing this VDS and noting down the values of the drain current ID. Okay, now let us analyze how the circuit works. Whenever VGS is 0, okay, whenever VGS is 0, that means you have connected 0, or this is grounded, this is at a lower potential, and in this is an N channel JFET, right? So this is P type, this is P type, the gate is of P type, whereas the channel, drain and sources are of N type. So N is connected to positive, P is connected to 0, that is negative here, it is lower than this. So the gate drain voltage, that potential is reverse biased. Okay, so gate drain, that junction is reverse biased. So whenever it is reverse biased, because of that reverse bias, it will limit the flow of current, isn't it? The gate drain thing. So what happens here, before that actually develops, you have given a VDD, because of which there is a drain to source voltage. Because as you increase this VDD, the VDS will increase. As you increase the voltage, current will increase. Initially, the current will increase because voltage and current, they are proportional, directly proportional, and related by Kirchhoff's, the Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR, right? V is equal to IR. That is why as voltage increases, the current will increase. So that is the reason from the points A to B, as voltage increases, the current also increases. That is, the current flowing will increase and it will reach the point B. So this particular region of the curve where it follows the Ohm's law, that is called ohmic region. Okay, so the current and voltages, sorry, they follow Ohm's law, so it is called ohmic region. So next you have after it reaches a certain value, after the current reaches a certain value, what happens is there is a depletion region that is developed because of this uh, gate to drain, that is reverse biased. Okay, so because of that, as that increases, as you increase this VDD, the reverse voltage across gate and drain, that will also increase. So as that increases, the resistance will increase, and the drain current, even though it is increasing, it will be limited by the depletion region, and thereby the resistance caused by the gate to drain reverse voltage. Because of that, the drain current at a certain point, it will become constant. Okay, so the increase in ID is cancelled by the reverse voltage that is at the gate and drain. So because of that, the current will become constant. So that constant current, is called IDSS, drain to source current, when the gate is shorted. When the gate is shorted, in the sense when the gate is connected to ground. Okay, so at that particular current, at point, the current will become constant, and it will have the value of IDSS. The voltage at which the current will become constant is called pinch off voltage. The voltage at which the drain current will become constant, that is called the pinch off voltage. Okay, so this, it becomes constant, and the current will have a constant value. If you keep increasing that VDD beyond a certain value, what happens is the reverse bias will increase, and if you connect very high voltage in the reverse bias, the junction will break down. So at a certain point, there will be a breakdown. So that is called the breakdown region. This is called the breakdown voltage. We can call it VB, the breakdown voltage VB, okay, which is not shown here, but we can show it anyway. This is the breakdown voltage VB, and the region beyond that, that is called the breakdown region. And the region, where you have the constant current, that is called the active region. Okay, so these are the different things we see. The ohmic region, where the current and voltage, they follow the Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR, that is current increases as the voltage increases, is the ohmic region. At a certain point, the reverse bias, it cancels the increase in the current, and the current becomes constant. That particular region is called the active region. And at a certain point, if you increase the voltage, the junction breaks down, and that region is called the breakdown region. So this is the drain characteristic when VGS is constant and VGS is 0 volts. Now what happens if you increase the VGS? So this is for one value of VGS. So what we have to do is we have to give another value of VGS. Say VGS, you give -1 volts, right? So then what happens if you give -1 volts? Because of that, some voltage, the current will become constant at an earlier value. Okay, the current will become constant at an earlier value, because there is another reverse bias, thereby the depletion region, will increase furthermore, right? So VGS, it controls the drain current. The drain current is controlled by the gate to source voltage. So as you increase the gate to source voltage, the drain current will be decreasing. So as you increase this, we get ID constant at a lower value. Okay, VP is also less, so the value of IDS will also be less, as VGS will increase in the negative. Okay, that means VGS, in case of N channel JFET, we are giving negative voltages. You can give -1 volt, -2 volt, -3 volt, and so on. Okay, fine. So here it's the explanation that's the same as I have given. So we are considering the case when the gate to source voltage is 0. The first is gate to source voltage is 0, VGS is 0 volts. So as VDD and thus VDS, as you increase this VDD, thereby VDS also increases from 0 volts, ID will increase proportionally between points A and B. ID will increase from A to B. In this area, the channel resistance is essentially constant. Okay, it is constant because the depletion region is not large enough to have significant effect. So this is called the ohmic region, because VDS and ID, they are related by Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. Next, at point B, the curve levels off and enters the active region where ID becomes constant. So that is because as VDS increases from point B to C, as VDS increases here, okay, the reverse bias voltage from gate to drain, it produces a depletion region large enough to offset the increase in VDS. that is to cancel the effect of the increase in VDS, the depletion region will become large, thereby keeping ID constant. Okay, so thereby ID will remain constant. So that is what explains this particular thing where ID becomes constant. So there is a pinch off voltage Vp. It is the value of VDS at which ID becomes constant for VGS is equal to 0 volts. When you take VGS is 0 volts, the value of VDS at which ID becomes constant, that is called the pinch off voltage. Pinch off voltage. Okay. So for a given JFET, Vp or a pinch off voltage has a fixed value. You'll be getting this, when you buy a JFET in the data sheet, you'll be provided with the value of Vp because it is a fixed value. Okay. Further, if you increase the VDS above the pinch off voltage, it produces an almost constant drain current. We have seen this. That constant drain current when VGS is 0 is called IDSS. That is drain to source current with the gate shorted. With the gate shorted in the sense the gate is connected to ground. This IDSS is the maximum drain current that a specific JFET can produce when the gate is shorted. That is when VGS is 0 volts. So it can be asked to define these things. Okay, pinch off voltage, IDSS. Then there is breakdown. When VDS exceeds the breakdown voltage VB is this particular thing at point C. Okay, exceeds that breakdown voltage, the breakdown occurs and ID begins to increase very rapidly with any further increase in VDS. The breakdown can result in irreversible damage to the device. That means the device gets damaged. So JFETs are always operated below the breakdown and within the active region between the points B and C in the graph. So this is the active region in which the JFET is operated. So if it breaks down, you cannot recover that device. It will be damaged forever. Okay, so that's about the drain characteristics. And here you can see, as I had said, as you increase the gate source voltage, increase in the sense negative voltages. If you increase, like this was for 0, if you make VGS is -1, you get a lesser value of constant drain current and also lesser value of the voltage at which the current becomes constant. Again, if you increase, the current will reduce. Okay, as you increase the gate source voltage, you get lesser values of currents. Fine. So this is actually the drain characteristic of N-channel JFET for different values of VGS. This is the ohmic region. This is the pinch off region, or you also call it active region. Okay, there is another name, that is pinch off region or saturation region, because the current becomes constant. We also call it saturation region, and this is the breakdown region. The current, the region here, that is this below, when the current is 0. When the current is 0, that is called the cutoff region. Okay. So this is about the drain characteristic of N-channel JFET. So there are different regions. Ohmic region, the channel of JFET obeys Ohm's law. Pinch off region or saturation region, you also call it active region. Here ID is maximum and it remains constant for a given VGS. The breakdown region, here the PN junction breaks down and ID increases abruptly. So the JFET loses its ability to control ID. So it's gone forever. Then the cutoff region, here JFET is off. That is ID is 0. The JFET is off. Okay. So this is about the drain characteristics of N-channel JFET. So coming to the transfer characteristics, we have said the transfer characteristic is a plot of VGS, that is the gate to source voltage versus ID for constant values of VDS, that is the drain current, drain to source voltage. So this is the transfer characteristic of N-channel JFET. What happens is VGS is negative, so we have shown it in the negative direction. As you increase the VGS, the drain current will decrease, right? This we have seen in the principle of operation. The drain current will decrease and at certain point it will become 0. The value of VGS when the drain current becomes 0, that is called VGS off. Okay, the value of VGS when the drain current becomes 0, that is called VGS off. Then IDSS, this is the same IDSS, that is drain to source voltage current when the gate is shorted. Okay, that is when you consider, VDS is 0. If you consider VDS 0, the current will have the peak value at IDSS, then it will slowly start reducing, finally it will become 0. If you take another value of VDS, if you keep it 1 volts, it will start at a certain point, where it was constant, then it will slowly reduce and become 0. So this way, you will have different curves for different value of VDS. What you should remember is, in an N-channel JFET, VGS is negative always, so it is in negative direction, and VDS is positive. Okay, that's why we have this is positive. So VGS off, therefore VGS off in case of an N-channel JFET, it is negative. So what we can relate is the value of this VGS off will be always equal to the pinch off voltage. But pinch off voltage will be positive, whereas VGS off will be negative. Okay. Yeah, as observed, a range of VGS from values from 0 to VGS off controls the amount of drain current from here to here. You can see the changes in the drain current. VGS off is called the cutoff voltage. Okay, it's the cutoff voltage. It is a value of VGS that makes ID approximately 0. The cutoff voltage and pinch off voltage are always equal. That is what I said. The cutoff voltage and pinch off voltage, they are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction. So VGS, if it is negative, pinch off voltage will be positive. Okay, because in N channel, pinch off voltage is positive, VGS off is negative. Whereas in P channel, it will be the opposite. VP will be negative, VGS off will be positive. Okay, yeah, that's what it's written here. VGS off is negative for an N channel JFET, and it is positive for a P channel JFET. So this is the transfer characteristics of an N channel JFET, which you call universal transfer characteristics, where you can relate the values. It shows ID is equal to 0 when VGS is equal to VGS off. Okay, whenever VGS is equal to VGS off, the current becomes 0. And ID is IDSS by 4. It is 1/4 the value. Current is 1/4 the value when VGS is half its value, half the value of VGS off. And ID is half the value of IDSS when VGS is 0.3 of VGS off. Okay, and ID is equal to IDSS when VGS is 0. Okay, so this is the relation of between ID and VGS for different values of IDSS. Okay, so I mean this is how you can relate ID and VGS at different intervals of time, or at different values of itself. Okay, like how ID and VGS are related. So this particular graph, it is related by an expression. You can write an equation for this particular graph. That equation is called square law expression. Okay, this is one of the important equations which you can use to solve some of the numerical examples. So this is an equation which explains that graph of transfer characteristics of ID. ID is equal to IDSS multiplied by 1 minus VGS by VGS of the whole square, where IDSS is drain to source current when the gate is shorted. VGS, it's the value for which you are substituting it. VGS off is the cutoff voltage. This is called the square law expression because there is a square here. So in terms of pinch off voltage, this VGS off, you can also, it is also equal to the pinch off voltage. So we can write it the same equation as IDSS is equal ID is equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP the whole square. This is also known as Shockley's equation. Okay, here in place of VGS off we can use VP. The polarity is actually it is different, but since we are squaring, it remains the same even if you write VP in place of VGS off. So there is another parameter which we call the transconductance. The conductance is the opposite of resistance. Resistance is the ratio of V by I, right? Voltage by current, whereas conductance is the ratio of current by voltage. So transfer conductance or forward transconductance, it is GM. It is the change in the drain current for a given change in the drain to gate to source voltage with constant value of drain to source voltage. So it's the ratio of current to voltage. So delta ID by delta VGS. The units for this is Siemens, or you can also call it mho, right? Opposite of ohms, mhos or Siemens. This is transfer conductance or transconductance. Then there is input resistance, which is the ratio of voltage to current. So as JFET operates with its gate source junction reverse biased, its input resistance is very high. Okay, input resistance is very high. So that's why we have said we use FETs whenever we have the requirement of high input impedance. So this input impedance, high input resistance, is one advantage of the JFET over the BJT. The input impedance or input resistance is given as Rin, that is the magnitude of VGS versus VGS to IGSS, where IGSS is the gate reverse current at a certain gate to source voltage VGS. Okay, it is a gate current at a certain gate to source voltage VGS. So this is about the transfer characteristics of N channel JFET. Next, we will come to the characteristics of a P channel JFET. When it comes to P channel JFET, again we have the drain characteristics as well as the transfer characteristics. In drain characteristics, as we have seen, it is again the plot of VDS versus ID for constant values of VGS. But here you have to remember, in case of P channel JFET, VGS is positive, okay, and VDS is negative. And the transfer characteristics is a plot of VGS versus ID for constant value of VDS. It is similar, but the directions will be opposite. That's all. So here, this is drain characteristic. It is VDS versus ID. You can draw it in the fourth quadrant also, okay, because VDS is negative, but I have shown it similar to what we have seen in the N channel JFET. So, but you should show here negative, okay. VDS is negative. As negative voltage VDS increases, the current, it increases. At certain point, it becomes constant, just like in that case. But here, instead of negative VGS, here you have positive VGSs, +1, +2, +3. There we have seen it is -1, -2, minus. Other things will remain same. IDSS, the constant current, ohmic region, pinch off region, breakdown region, and cutoff region. This is pinch off voltage VP. Everything else is same. Only these polarities, this will be plus and this will become minus in the case of P channel JFET. Similarly, the transfer characteristic, here this will be in the first quadrant because VGS is positive. There VGS was negative, here VGS is positive. So the current, it will decrease as VGS increases. For a constant value of VDS, we will get this curve. For as VDS increases, as VDS becomes more negative, you get the curves, below this. So that way. This is the value of VGS off at which the current becomes 0. Okay. In the P channel JFET, VGS is positive and VDS is negative. Okay. And VGS off is positive. So this is about the transfer characteristics of a P channel JFET. So the explanation of this remains the same as you have explained the N channel JFET, only the polarities will differ, right? So with this we have finished the characteristics and parameters of a JFET. Okay, so we have finished the construction and operation as well as the characteristics and parameters of both N channel and P channel JFET. So this ends the discussion of JFET. In the next class, we will see another type of FETs that we have, that is MOSFET, that is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors. So again, there are different types. We'll be seeing its construction and operation, and also the characteristics and parameters of the different types of MOSFETs. Okay, we'll end the session here. We'll meet in the next class.